Hi everyone, I'm Gergely Kis. I might hide here with my notes because I was so excited to talk to you today that I even couldn't find the right pair of shoes. So today I'm going to talk about how we use Google Blockly environment, Google Blockly based solution in a banking environment. Actually, I have a strong telco background, and I'm more of a kind of a manager. And my colleague Daniel back there is the one who has more experience working in this environment. So feel free to ask him about technical questions. It's kind of a mandatory slide about our company. So we are one of the biggest Central Eastern European banks. It's headquartered in Hungary, so we are from Budapest, and in Hungary it is the biggest bank. Every second adult has an account in our bank. And so let's talk about this system. If you were last year in the same Blockly event, you might have heard from Miklós, from our subcontractor, about Snap. So he introduced it, but so I will show it from the other side, as we are kind of an end users of this solution. So they tailor-made it for us. And we have 4,050 users, and we are developing banking front-end application for them. So it's the reason why we like this application is that it's creating reusable pages, and we have integration with more than 90 backends, and we can reuse a lot of components in our environment. Let me show you just a few pages how our environment looks like. So it's really tailor-made for us. They made a few Blocklys just for us, and it generates HTML5 layout, JavaScript events, and PHP host processes. So it's a full environment, and it's mainly used by bank tellers, call centers, and huge number of users, and they can give their feedbacks right there to the help desk. So we have a lot of things to do, actually, and we are working on really simple processes to make their life easier. So as I mentioned, we use a lot of reusable code parts. And I also wanted to mention that we are also not typical in that part, that we have pages with more than 10,000 Blocklys. So it's not the typical way of using Blockly environment, I think. But let's talk about how we use it and why we use it. And so actually you cannot hire anyone who can work in Snap, but you can teach them how to make it. I will talk about onboarding later. But so these colleagues or system analysts are coming from most of them are coming from the business side, so they can easily talk about their problems, their requirements, And in Snap, they make the wireframe, so they don't use Figma or something else, but they built the layout with Blockly, and also reuse a lot of elements. So within a few hours or days, they can show or business colleagues what they will see, what they will get. And then they need to validate it, do a review, and so on, but it's really fast. And that's why we like it, because it's really easy to change it. It's really easy to give a view, actually a clickable layout to the colleagues. And then they pass it to Snap developers who implemented the logic, the backend services, mainly in one page or flow. We use 2 or 3 backend services, and error handling and so on, and they start the release process. I forgot to mention that we have about 80 colleagues who is developing this in this environment. So how we started? We hire someone, then we do kind of 2 months onboarding process. So we started from the basics, how you can put Blockly together, to the standards, to processes, and so even to release processes. We teach them these standards, which mainly the layout standards are on design guide and what I will show you later. And then we have those quality gates where we check whether the pages, the flows are similar, if the tellers will find the same functions in the same part of those layouts. And this whole developing process is driven by Jira. So about Design Guide, which is one fancy tool which was built in Snap itself. So it shows all the features what our colleagues should use and what they shouldn't use. And it's continuously evolving. And of course, it's just a recommendation, but the consistency is ensured by reviews. And also you can copy elements from here, so that's why it's good that it's in Blockly environment. Another tool which I'm really proud to is that our automated code review with more than 100 rules. And our colleagues start to use it during the process of building our pages. So it ensures so that they build the right way. So, for example, layout element, it checks the layout elements, the events, how they work, how they should work. Really, we have a lot of rule to have the same pages to make maintenance easier. And also, in the end, you need to have a good result here to start the release. So it's also part of the release process to check this automated code review. And about the Jira integration, so we fully integrated into it. Our colleagues made it. So, for example, first of all, when you got a task, we are in an agile environment. I forgot to mention it, that it's a fully agile environment. Our colleagues are working in several squads. And so it's a Jira-driven process. So they get a task. Then in Snap, when they open it, they can choose which tasks they are working on. So it helps them to make the timesheet. And also it helps in the release processes. and between the two of these processes, the reviews. So if they want to start a review, a layout review or a code review, they start it in Snap, and then it's driven by Jira, and it follows their work and track the SLA. So a key takeaways is that you can use Blockly in the enterprise. So we prove that we can do it, but it's really essential to make a good onboarding, to teach people how to use it. It's important to use standards, and somehow to control it, to have the same enterprise-ready pages. And I'm open to listen questions. Just a small thing to that this snappy icon is an internal icon. So don't tell or communication guys that I am using it here, but it's built from Snap. So the layout is from Snap. So that's why I wanted to show it, because our colleagues loved it.
Thank you. One or two questions for Gergely and his 10,000 blocks. Yes.
So yeah, this is great. How do you go about doing code reviews? What does that look like? What do code reviews look like with Blockly?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we start with automated code review. It checks our rules, and then senior colleagues. No, first medior or so junior colleagues check the codes, and it's a second. So another view of checking the code. Therefore, they can find something which is not similar, which will not be enough fast, which will, I don't know, so as a normal code review. And then it goes to the senior colleagues who will do a final review before it's to be released. Any other? Okay, can you pass it to Daniel? Because okay, yeah, I got it. My colleague. Okay. So he has maybe more info about that.
Thank you. So I'm Daniel from the same bank as Gergely. So when you're code reviewing Blockly, you don't want to review the generated code. You want to review the Blockly itself. So our colleagues are reviewing each other's codes. We are not running any. Well, we are running some automated scripts, but mostly it's manual and some automations in the review process. But colleagues are reviewing each other's Blockly codes on Blockly level.
Yeah, super interesting. Thank you. How do you handle versioning of things like assets and changes to your design guide, and how does that roll out through the pages you've maybe already generated?
Well, actually, we are making or release this page by page without any outage. So we have development, UAT, and so on, and environments, and so by pages we release these functions. Is it answering your question?
Yeah, broadly. I guess I was wondering specifically if you change your style guide, how does that, are pages when they're rendered, are they fixed in time, or do they benefit from those changes, or yeah?
Well, it's really hard. We only, in the past 8 years, we only changed our style sheet one time, and it was really hard to follow it up all the pages. So actually, it's not that simple, and not all those pages are so standard to make that change that easy. But also we have dark view, which was much easier because it's just a color change, so it worked well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.